Family friends, welcome to Truth Heals 1111. We are back with another reading. I'm going, family friends, sir, ma'am, trying to help everybody that I can know what's going on with you or what may be going on around you. This is just a general predictive reading. Only take what resonates in this reading. I am on 10 with my intuition. So if you do come across my video, please like, share, and subscribe. But you want to, it's not required nor desired. But again, check out the message and get what you can out of these readings. Only take what resonates. If it does not resonate with you and you still decide to listen, hey, take the feedback on the cards. And if you ever experience a situation like this, you'll be able to remember what came out in the cards and be able to move accordingly. I respect and love each and every one of you for taking the time to watch my video. And let's get into this. Okay, here we go. We are going to do some oracle cards and start with the oracle cards. Hands tied, dark horse. Limits, restrictions, control, helpless, inaction, held back, constraint, suppression. Somebody's hands are tied, dark horse. Mysterious, hidden potential, unexpected wins, overcoming obstacles, moves in silence. True abilities come to light, underestimated skills, proving doubters wrong. Nobody thought you would succeed. So I don't know if this was you in a circumstance to where you feel like your hands are tied or if you are currently going through this. Our hands are never tied. The only reason why your hands feel tight is because you're holding on to a decision, a choice. You're making something much harder than what it has to be. With the dark horse, you don't know your potential. You don't see the magic within you um, that you can create, that you can do, especially when it comes into what you think is best for you. Snake in the grass, hands tied. Oh, Lord. Um, Treachery, deceit, fake friend, hidden danger, secret enemy, plotting, harmful agenda, deceptive nature, with the hands tied. You are tied up with somebody who is a snake in the grass. Mm. Grounded and celestial in reverse, two hands tied. Due to you being connected to a snake in the grass, you are unable to ground yourself, you're unable to focus, you're unable to balance your life. Because somebody here could be making you feel very burdensome. Somebody could be putting a lot of things in your way to stop you from making a decision as well, a choice, making you feel like your hands are tied. Hands tying, substance abuse. So you cope with dealing with the stress, the anxiety, whatever this is that's messing you up. You are coping with substance abuse because you feel like your hands are tied. You feel stuck. The cat with 9 lives, substance abuse. You keep playing with your life thinking that you have so many lives when you're not a cat with 9 lives. With substance abuse, bounce back from adversity, resilient, escape from harm. You may have certain addictions with substance abuse, and this is saying you can bounce back from it. This is saying bounce back from adversity, resilient, and escape from harm. Something about you following the butterfly, something about you following something beautiful to escape. from coping. You do not have 9 lives, but each and every single time you've always found yourself having to cope from a situation. You found your way out of it at some point in time. You can find your way out of it again. I believe in you. Mm. Self-realization. Discover layers within. You are trying to discover the inner core of who you are as a person. What makes you you? What makes you think? What makes you feel? What makes you see things in certain manners? I used to be like that too. I was always closed minded to trying to see things from a different perspective. I'm with the cat with the 9 lives because each and every time I found my situation, I had to be strong to untie my hands to be able to get out of that situation. It's not that my hands were tied. I was just allowing myself to be I was sacrificing myself with I'm done with the same thing. I sacrificed myself to other people, places, and things, which made me feel binded to people, places, and things when I was on substance abuse, like I owed them something. But I didn't owe them anything because I had already given them the best of me that I had, and it kept making me feel like it wasn't enough, that I had to do more and more and more because I felt guilty for people, I felt bad for people, because I felt like they were my family, my friends, and da 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 da. And that's when I realized like they weren't helping me get out of the situation. They were driving me more into the situation of substance abuse and the behaviors that went with it. So when I realized that the people, places, and things were more harmful than helpful, that's when I had the courage to say, yeah, no, this ain't it. 9 lives, because the magic is in your hands. Look, you just don't realize it. Maybe you don't see your own potential. Maybe you feel like you've had a lot of strings of bad luck. Maybe you feel like you've made some wrong decisions and your wrong choices. Maybe you feel like you gotta check your ego and your pride, right? Because who wants to admit when they got ego and pride that they made a mistake? I've been there. Most of us have been there at some point in time. But again, with life and the experience and the lessons and things like that, getting in through life, you need to understand that because you have magic in your hands, you can basically say that you are a resilient person. You are a determined person. You are a logical person. Now, I do think your emotions are a little bit disturbed because if you're already thinking you're stuck in a situation, 9 times out of 10, you normally gonna be there because that's what you think. I mean, you can't keep me tied to nothing. No way. Magic in your hands to the mirror. Mm. When one is not ready to face a reflection of what they will never become, accept the truth. What are you trying to become? What are you not willing to accept about yourself? Um, the opposite of acceptance is denial. What are you denying yourself of? What are you telling you that you're not ready for? You're not ready to accept the sweet life. You're not ready to, you know, be a man and a woman and have the sweet life. Invest, grow, work hard, and become successful, determined, making somebody in your life proud of you because you've overcame a lot of things and you still continue to move forward. The chapters in your story that you can say you are once in and how to figure a way to create a different story for yourself. All right, let's see. I think that was the oracle card. high stakes. Gamble. Risk. Consequences. You gambled something. You took risk. There were some, with these risks came consequences. Where were they? Sweetness. A solution is on its way, an unstoppable force. Inspired action. Set in motion. Moving quickly. Move now. Moving quickly. Set it in motion. The sweet life is in reverse. What you're experiencing now is nothing of happiness and joy. It is horrible. It is what's opposite of sweet, sour. It is now time for you to take action. Be inspired. Feel hopeful. Set it in motion. Move quickly. Take action. A solution is always on its way. What is the sweet life in reverse? Baby, and it blew across the room. So this means you got to move away from your adversary. Your hands are tied to an adversary, somebody who brings conflict, an opponent, disputes, fighting, competition, rivalry, fighting style, self-defense, combat, somebody you have to fight against, somebody you have to stand up against, somebody you're going to have the courage and the discipline to speak, to defend yourself, and move quick. Oh, y'all see my light? To move fast when you're doing this. Y'all see how my light just lit up? Okay, spirit ancestors ain't playing with you. It is now time to take action to do what? To let go of the substance abuse. It is time for you to get some sort of treatment and help. Start finding your own path, your own life, your own journey, and escape the addictions. Letting go of the addiction to do what? Evil clown. An evil clown. A bully. Mean jokes. Devalued. Humiliation. Let go of the addiction of being an evil clown. A bully. Humiliating. Mean jokes. Devaluing people, places, and things. Knowing that you can't even compare yourself to anybody else when you have flaws in your own life. Triangulation, manipulation, and then play the victim, especially when you're involved in third-party situations. That you go back and forth in your emotions about. That make you feel trapped, stuck, hopeless, helpless. And finding yourself way out of that dark pit. Impermanence in reverse. Because there's no balance, there's no harmony, there's no change. But something is cooking for you. Creative plans, making progress, ideas, using your skills to have confidence and willpower, to put down the addictions and stop being a clown. Or it's lights out. For this third party and being an evil clown, it is going to be lights out if you do not change. Point of no returns, endings, finality. Ancestors was like, give me the tarot cards when it comes to the oracle cards. You left me, but I found myself by L.L.C. It was destiny. It was destiny. You left me, but I found myself. It was destiny. Spirit, ancestors, most high universe, give me truth and clarity in regards to this energy pool. You put me down. Listen to that song. And the Seven of Wands. Defensive. You are on the defensive right now. About what? What are you on the defensive about? What are you on the defense about? The Queen of Swords speaking her truth and shining light on something. You're defensive about a Queen of Swords speaking and shining light on something. Why are you so defensive? Show me why. Too many cards, Spirit, ancestors, most high. Why do you get so defensive when someone else speaks? You get defensive because the Queen of Swords has a new beginning. And how does that make you feel? Did you know that somebody else has a new beginning and you... That the Queen of Swords is the High Priestess listening to her intuition and that she has options in her new beginning. You are aware of this, but you're not telling me how you feel. How do you feel? You're upset? You're mad? Kind of makes you sad at some point in time? Show me. Because there was a time that you were a part of this. There was a part of time that it was happiness. It was young. It was free. It was pure. It was love. It was the moment when your life felt good, when you had somebody that would give to you. Young love. Pure love. The beginning of a cycle. But then what happened? Okay. But then a Queen of Wands was in this energy too. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And what happened with this Queen of Wands in reverse? Show me the Queen of Wands in reverse. And then what? Spirit, ancestors, most high. Show me the truth and clarity in regards to this situation. Look, at the bottom of the deck. Somebody who was not in love and light, but somebody, look, Temperance in reverse, Devil to the top. Look. Yeah, I'm enjoying. Queen of Wands, Temperance up, and put the Devil upright. Who was obsessed over the High Priestess intuition and the High Priestess new beginning. Ace of Wands. cards missed? Yeah. Okay. So there was a Queen of Wands in reverse in your energy who was of the devil. And so what happened? And obsessed with the High Priestess. Okay. Or just toxic with the High Priestess. Show me the devil to the High Priestess. Who was broke, busted, and disgusted, and was not very pleased and happy in her life, which drew out the devil energy over what somebody else had going on. Somebody felt inadequate at the time where in this moment you were feeling love, you were joyful, you were happy. Maybe somebody didn't like that, and so they came in with this devil energy, Queen of Wands in reverse to the devil, because they were unsatisfied in life, because they were unhappy. They didn't want to see you happy, or they didn't want to see somebody happy. And then what? And they wanted to end the cycle between this harmony, this equal giving, this free, this love, this pure love. Somebody here was unhappy in their own life that they wanted to end the happiness in yours. Show me the Wheel of Fortune in reverse to the Queen of Wands. Now somebody is being left out in the cold. Somebody did it because they did not want to be left out in the cold. And they did not want you to fight them over this. They didn't want no backlash. They didn't want to argue with you. This was like this Queen of Wands, whatever she said, she was enforcing this for you to stand on it. And maybe you you decided to choose a Queen of Wands in reverse over your own, what made you happy. And thus you ended something good to go towards something toxic. The devil to the Nine of Pentacles. Show me the devil to the Nine of Pentacles. Show me the devil to the Nine of Pentacles. Show me the devil to the Nine of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. You were told to guard yourself. You were told to hold back. You were told not to invest. Show me the Four of Pentacles to the World. Don't do that again. Oh, bang. What is, yes? Oh, okay. Okay. Somebody here created a lot of lies, gossip, and slander, manipulation, because they seen some sort of fortune. Because you possibly had some sort of fortune coming in, so they decided to create a lot of lies, gossip, slander, and wanted you to be, be manipulative, be evil, to treat somebody mean, because they wanted some sort of fortune from you. They could be. That's like almost like, let's say, like I had someone I knew who was getting a check, right? I didn't want none of the money, right? Because I'm always gonna have my own money. This would be somebody speaking of my name, telling a person that I'm connected to that I want them for their money, right? Now, like I said, I don't need anybody's money, but this would be another person making a person feel like I do want the person for their money, when again I got my own money. You know what I'm saying? We can come together and build something, but I'm not the type of person that's gonna want. I don't need a man to take care of me. We can I put in 100, you put in 100. But that would be somebody who would be like jealous and envious of me to say something like that. Y'all get that? Y'all see what I mean? Yeah. So that's what happened in your story. Um, Now where are we going with this spirit? Or this may be even happening now. The Chariot to the Ten of Cups. Somebody here wanted you to leave a community. Somebody wanted you to sacrifice your happiness. And take you nowhere, just to take you nowhere. Sacrifice your own happiness just to take you nowhere in life. And have you bounded to them. This Queen of Wands and Rainbow should be ashamed of herself. Yeah, no. Alright, family, friends, sir, ma'am, I'm going to end this one here. I love each and every one of you because it kind of makes me feel sick to my stomach to even to know that there is somebody as ignorant as this that would do something to stop somebody else's happiness. It's shame, but it's 2026. People in the world just ain't cut from a different cloth. And family, if this ain't your story, then you know you not cut from the same cloth as these people. These people may not even be cloth. They may just be toilet paper. A piece of paper towel, but they not a piece of cloth because it's not strong, it's not durable, it's not, yeah, no. Family, friends, sir, ma'am, thank you for choosing and listening to Truth Heals 1111. We gonna bounce with this one.